Αγαπητοί φίλοι και φίλες, καλησπέρα. Σήμερα φιλοξενούμε μία δημοφιλή Σκωτσέζα καλλιτέχνηδα, την οποία ίσως έχετε γνωρίσει, μάλλον θα την έχετε γνωρίσει, αλλά αν τη θυμάστε από ένα πολύ δημόσιο, μία δημόσια εκπομπή του BBC στο Top of the Pops, την Lucinda Sieger. Καλησπέρα, Lucinda.
Καλησπέρα, Vasoula. Καλησπέρα.
Τι κάνεις, πώς είστε σήμερα?
Είμαι πολύ καλά. Πολύ καλά.
You have managed very well.
Είναι ωραία που είμαι εδώ μαζί σου. Ναι.
Oh, χαίρομαι. So, Lucinda, how comes a Scottish lady can speak from Glasgow, can speak Greek? What is your background? How comes?
My background is I went on holiday like Mamma Mia, fell in love, love, and then I studied Greek. So my partner is a composer. So I love the language. I speak very little. Milo ligo Ellenika. Ligo.
Okay. Όποτε θες μπορείς να μιλήσεις ελληνικά. So, what is your background in music? You've been on top of the pops and you managed to reach #1. Amazing. So, how did that happen?
It was everything in life has this lovely story. I was sitting on the roof and somebody moved into this building where I was living. She was working in a record company. I had released a record, my first record, Sunset Red, and she'd recognized my face and she said, oh, we're working on a project. She connected me to the record company. My percussionist was Neil Barnes, who is Left Field, if you've heard of them. He was with the record company. He said they're looking for a singer. So the universe brought these two people into my life. And then the next thing was I was asked to come and sing on this record. I heard the record and I thought, gosh, this isn't anything that I normally do, because it's neep, 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 nap, nap, neep, neep. And I'm going, oh, mine's more jazz, you know. So anyway, there I am. I made the melody, and 2 weeks later, because I sang this melody and the record company loved it, tried it out. And the next thing was they said, you're going to be on Top of the Pops.
Wow.
I mean, it's
amazing. And that was 40 miles. 40 miles, I think it was called, with the Congress group. And I think back then it used to be like they used to record the shows, but in your case, it was a live performance.
It was a live performance, and it was the first ever live performance that Top of the Pops ever recorded. So there's Don McLean, Phil Collins, all of them were in the corridor. So when I came down the stairs, I was wearing a treble clef, and all of them were very serious, waiting to go into the room to be filmed. And they all looked up when they saw me coming the stairs, and they burst out laughing. And they said, this is wonderful.
Amazing. Well, I think we have to watch it, you know, so people can remember you as well. Let's go and watch it.
Love
So, what happened after Top of the Pops? Because I'm sure it wasn't your only performance. You've been abroad as well. You have released, I think, few albums. Tell us about it, please.
Yes, after Top of the Pops, I ended up touring America with, have you ever heard of the Bronski Beat? They were a band in about the 80s and the 90s when they heard my song and I was asked to come and sing. So I went on a tour singing with Steve Bronski of Bronski Beat, but I had to sing my #1 record. So that was my solo piece going on this tour with them, which was great fun. And then I recorded an album called I Believe, and it was a solo album. My friend who co-produced it, I had so much material, and he said, you must come into the studio and record your own songs. So I went in, sat down and sang 13 songs, and they said, my goodness, you know, you've got an album, you've just recorded an album. And that was live. It was just, I went in, sang them. So that was my first album, I Believe, which I really love. And that became a cult, it has become a cult record in Japan. So there was other albums, there was Heart in the Sky, which was after that. And that was a collaborative album, and that was working with my friends who are international musicians. They play with Massive Attack, Fun Loving Criminals, and my co-producer, Nick Dabula, is the co-producer of Chaos, which is the Greek album, and a Hetus that's in the exhibition I'm currently in. So we're like a family. And over the years, we've been helping each other to co-produce work. And then I love staging it. So, and then in between times, I was running my own nights at a place called the 12 Bar Club and the Music Tin Pan Alley and downtown London. So I would be having that once a month and inviting other artists to come and be my guests, which was fantastic. And then again, produced my next album, which was Silver Life. So I have been recording and writing and then putting on concerts. But in the meantime, all this time I have been drawing my cartoon character, Harriet.
Harriet, yes. Can you tell us about Harriet? Would like to meet Harriet, please. Because I'm sure you have a lovely message about Harriet.
Yeah, Harriet is she's a totuvolo. She's a little brick. And she started life in 1988 in a letter I wrote to a Hetus. And she diarizes my observations. She's a conduit for me to express myself. But so everything I learned through my life, I record and draw. Not in a diary format, but I have got my sketchbook. And Harriet has grown from a lump of lead, like Mickey Mouse, the early Mickey Mouse. If you looked, the early Mickey Mouse was a rat, very skinny, with tiny little ears. And so Harriet has grown from this lead with no eyelashes into this very joyful brick. And she's got long eyelashes. So she's adaptable, she's reliable, she's like a rock, and she observes, but she's always finds the funny side on things, always. So she's always able to take something that's a bit heavy and make it light. And so so now she's on display for the first time because that was through lockdown.
Amazing. So you're trying to say that if we are in touch with our inner child, then we can be our true selves. Yes, we can express ourselves better.
Definitely, the more that we let go of judgment and judging ourselves, because that's where we go wrong. We stop ourselves from doing something. Oh, what would other people think? But when we don't think what will somebody else think, and we just have fun, really have fun, then that's when the creativity just bursts. It really lights up.
Let's go and watch that beautiful film that you have created during lockdown, Lucinda.
Okay. Harriet, for me, is from the very first moment I drew her, was a way of expressing how I felt very deeply. I get totally absorbed and lost in the drawing, and everything else disappears. As I'm drawing, then the realizations and answers are coming back at me through drawing Harriet. She's me. She is me, and she's my life. So I draw her. She's diarized my life. It's an incredible thing because when you think that I've been drawing her for over 30 years, well, that's 30 years of my life that I've seen and learned and had different situations and studied. So therefore, I'm able to use the knowledge and what I learn through drawing Harriet. The fun in creation is the being totally abandoned and not thinking and just being playful. And when one is playful, then one is totally liberated because there's nothing to get in the way. So we really ought to respect our inner, it sounds funny to say the inner child, but being childish just brings out so much joy. We've all got to be children. We've all got to play, and we've got to just not care in a way and judge what we're doing before we let it go. We're to zoom out of the planet, and you're to just say magically, everything that's creative, I want you to light up. There would be paintings on a wall, there would be somebody artistically decorating their house, there would be a choir coming from a church, there would be music coming from a concert hall or a bar or a wine bar, there would be somebody taking an art class, there would be people in the art class watching that creativity. And if you look at the buildings and the pyramids, everything has been created by art. Every single thing. Your chair, an artist created it. Your door handle was by an artist. And somehow, all those creative elements lit up. The world would actively just blow up with light because everything that we have has been created by an artist. Art is absolutely crucial to life. And for me, life is art. I think everyone is an artist. I want to live in the moment. I don't want to live in the future because it's not here yet. So my moment by moment by moment is how I live. It's not about the end result. It's not about the final drawing. For me, it's the process of just simply putting the pen on the paper and drawing. Then I take the picture, and then I have the pleasure of writing about the picture. And in this moment, this is what I'm creating. And it seems to be touching hearts.
And Lucinda, you are currently working on a beautiful exhibition, which is in a beautiful place, I think St.Pancras Hospital. Now, we want all the details, please, because it sounds so special, and so few pictures and a little video that it looks amazing. Please tell us about it.
Oh, it's been such a joy. This is such a joyful exhibition that I think it's called Three Places in Time. It's a Scot, that's me. There's a Hetus, the Greek, who is a composer and painter. And then there is Jane Allison, the English painter. And the three of us were brought together by Peter Herbert of the Arts Project, the curator. And he had a dream that we were all in an exhibition together. So this is the dream that came true. And we came together for this exhibition, which was due in May. Then we have lockdown. And then we thought, well, the show must go on. So the hospital enabled us to put the exhibition up in October. So I was given this space, and I thought I would have been in Greece seeing a Hetas, and he would have been here for the exhibition. But the way it turned out, with COVID-19, we've been separated. So when I looked at the corridor, his paintings are all along on the right, and I've done an installation on the left. So I thought, instead of just hanging pictures, I can do a lot more and have some fun with this.
Exactly.
I've got to have fun. I've got to have fun. We've got to, because otherwise I felt so sad. I thought, I can't be in Greece. He can't be here. We can't be at the opening. We can't have an opening. But that's a global issue. We're all in the boat together. So I started with my letter. That's when HARRIET came out. And I thought, why don't I tell a love story?
Oh.
Story of two people separated by COVID, and we're both in the same exhibition. And then, so my side, I've recreated where I was going in Greece. And so I have brought the Peloponnese to St. Pancras Hospital. And I've covered it with lights, and it's HARRIET, and it's the story. So I wanted people to come through the story of me on the left, a Hetas on the right, and at the end of it, I've got some glass cabinets where there's a retrospective of my career as a singer and a designer and musician. So what I wanted to do was be reflective, but come to the present day and bring the visitor through to the picture frame where they can be photographed next to HARRIET.
It's a beautiful picture frame. We will have a look in a minute in another little video, but tell us about the details. I mean, what is happening now that, you know, with the lockdown again, but when we go back to normal, what hours someone can go to the exhibition, dates, and...
Yeah, well, they're welcome. It's the only gallery, because it's a hospital for mental well-being, so it's a safe place to go. And we were the only hospital, so that's why I was inviting people to come and see it personally, but I can't obviously do that with everybody. So it's open to the public weekdays, 9 to 5, and anyone can go. But now we've gone into tier 4. It's a little bit extraordinary, so that changes it. But when we come back a bit more to normal, the exhibition runs till the very end of March. So there is time for people to go weekdays, and it's for St. Pancras Place, St. Pancras Hospital Conference Centre. It's wonderful. The feedback, Vasoula, has been, it's super. And it's very uplifting to the staff there and everyone that visits. So
the two look, I must say, very cheerful in the photos and in the video that, you know, I was lucky to view. And I can feel this very, very special atmosphere, you know, very relaxing. And I feel that you can be yourself in that environment, you know, which is beautiful. So where can we find all the details as well? You know, your website, if you do have any, and your social media.
Yes, social media is, I've got Facebook, if people use Facebook, and they can literally go to Google my name, Lucinda Sieger, on Facebook. And that's Sieger is a surname. I have got Instagram, and it's Lucy's_lounge. That's Instagram. And obviously I have a website, but that needs looking after. So those are the two best places. And also they can Google the Arts Project, because the Arts Project is the curator.
Excellent. Beautiful. Now let's go and watch a little video at the exhibition before we say bye-byes. You know, let's go and enjoy it.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Παρακαλώ.
Vasoula Christodoulou. Can you believe it? From Hellenic television in 3 places in time. It's wonderful to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's so beautiful here. It's a great experience. Thank you. And I would say, please do come and have this beautiful experience to everyone, you know, because it's an amazing feeling.
It's great. There's something about coming behind the picture frame.
Exactly.
And once people walk through the exhibition and then they get behind the frame, it just brings out this.
Yes.
Exactly.
I told you, yes. You get in touch with your inner self, with your inner child, you know,
Yes.
so you feel it's okay to be
Yes.
funny, it's okay to be a little bit crazy, you
Being
know,
crazy
no
is
matter who you are.
perfect.
You know, so it's amazing.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Παρακαλώ, παρακαλώ.
It was so beautiful, and thank you so much for inviting me, Lucinda. It was such a great experience, and I will recommend it, highly recommend it for everyone to go and have this beautiful experience. But before we go, I would like you to give us a message, like for the community or for the world, you know, your very special message.
Well, my special message is really and truly play. Pretend, think about what you love as a child, anything you love to do, anything. And when you are in a tricky situation, flip it. Think of something fun and be fun. Be playful. And when you're playful, it lights up your whole body. And it really does help, especially right now for all of us.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. It was a great pleasure having you at Hellenic TV, Lucinda. Wishing you all the best and carry on with whatever you are doing because it's really beautiful. Thank you.
Vasoula, thank you very much. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Γεια σου.